India has the largest population of internet users on the planet, and right now its government is stepping up to tackle one of the biggest challenges of our digital age, AI-generated deepfakes. So today, we're going to break down their ambitious new plan to regulate this incredibly powerful and disruptive technology.
Let's just dive right into the heart of the problem. What happens when you can't trust your own eyes or ears anymore? Imagine seeing a video of a politician saying something outrageous they never actually said, or getting a frantic audio message from a loved one asking for money, but it's not really them. This is the new reality, where AI is making it nearly impossible to tell what's real and what's fake.
The tech behind all of this is, of course, called deepfakes. And look, while it has some pretty cool creative uses, its potential for misuse is, frankly, terrifying. We're talking everything from sophisticated scams to full-blown political propaganda, and it's got leaders around the world seriously worried.
Now, to put this in perspective, this is not some small niche issue. In India alone, we're talking about over 850 million internet users. A single maliciously crafted deepfake could go viral in minutes, reaching hundreds of millions of people and causing chaos before anyone even realizes it's not real. The scale is just massive.
And this isn't just a hypothetical. We're already seeing how this technology is being weaponized. Think about fake videos designed to swing an election, or audio clips used to trick people out of their life savings. It can be used for targeted character assassination, or to impersonate officials and spread social unrest. These are real, tangible threats to both our democracy and our personal safety.
Okay, so what's India's plan to fight back? Well, the government has come up with a new framework that's built on 3 core pillars. The whole idea is to try and rebuild trust in our digital world.
The approach itself is pretty straightforward, but it's powerful. First, labeling, so everyone knows what they're looking at. Second, traceability, so we can find out who created harmful content. And third, accountability, which puts the responsibility on the big tech platforms to actually enforce these rules. Let's dig into that first pillar for a second, mandatory labeling. This sounds simple, but it's a huge deal. The idea is that every single piece of AI-generated content would have to have a clear, visible label on it. It's a quick, immediate way to give you, the user, a heads up that what you're seeing isn't real.
But, a plan on paper is one thing. Making it work in the real world is a whole different ballgame. And this framework is facing some pretty significant hurdles that make the whole picture a lot more complicated.
And this right here, this is the central conflict of the whole policy. On one side, you have the need for traceability. The government wants to be able to find the first originator of a malicious deepfake. But on the other side, that crashes head-on into our right to privacy, especially with things like end-to-end encryption, which is specifically designed to keep our messages private from everyone.
And the privacy debate is just the beginning. There are a ton of other practical problems. For one, the tech for detecting deepfakes just isn't that reliable yet. It makes a lot of mistakes. Legally, India's main tech law, the IT Act of 20,000, doesn't even have a definition for deepfake. And then you've got the almost certain pushback from global tech companies, plus a serious lack of trained experts who can actually enforce these rules. It's a steep, uphill battle.
So with all these challenges, you might be wondering how India's plan stacks up against what other countries are doing. Let's zoom out for a minute and take a look at the global picture.
What's really interesting here is that India seems to be carving out its own path. It's way more centralized than the US, which has a much more hands-off, let's not stifle innovation kind of approach. It's also different from the EU's super comprehensive risk-based system. And of course, it's a world away from China's top-down state-controlled model. India could be creating a whole new playbook here. So why does all this matter? Well, the key thing to realize is that this isn't just another internet law. This is a really strategic move that could fundamentally change how we all interact with information and technology for years to come.
This statement from the government really gets to the heart of their vision. It's not about stopping AI in its tracks. It's about guiding it. It's about finding that really delicate balance between pushing technology forward and making sure we protect people and maintain trust in the process. Ultimately, what this whole framework is trying to do is solve that problem we started with. What do we do when seeing is no longer believing? This is a massive attempt to restore our collective confidence in the digital world and give us the tools we need to navigate a future that's going to be filled with synthetic media. And that leaves us with the final and maybe the most critical question of all. As this technology gets more and more powerful at a dizzying speed, how can a democracy like India guide it toward truth without accidentally crushing the very creativity and freedom that it's supposed to protect? That's the tightrope we're all walking now.